Sister Wives Meri Brown gifts dog infamous necklace Kody gave her. Sister Wives star Meri Brown gifted her pup an infamous necklace that her ex-husband, Kody Brown, gave her. They have not had much of a relationship for over a decade, and now she has been granted a release from their church. This means that they are not married legally, as they divorced in 2014 or in the eyes of God. So, what did she do with a treasured gift from her ex? Keep reading for more details. Meri Brown gifts dog infamous necklace Kody gave her. For over 30 years, Meri Brown was wife number one. She and Kody Brown wed in 1990 and proceeded to take on two more wives, Janelle Brown in 1993 and Cristin Brown Woolley in 1994. The OG3 may have had their issues and some drama, but they also had a system, especially when they lived under one roof. Cristin was the homemaker and raised the children, whereas Janelle was the breadwinner. She preferred to be out of the house and in an office. She liked her independence. Meri was in school and had a job, but that was jeopardized when Sister Wives began in 2010. Robin Brown coming in was supposed to help, but ultimately, it was a failure. As Cristin and Janelle started to feel the favoritism toward Robin by Kody, they questioned where they belonged. In 2021, Cristin exited the family with Janelle and Meri both following. One thing Kody preached was loyalty. He claimed his only loyal and obedient wife was Robin, but in Season 6, Kody sang a different tune. Kody presented Meri Brown with a custom necklace that said FIDLIS. It is Latin for faithful, but since he just claimed his first wife was never loyal, she found a better use for the gift. Meri took to Instagram to show her own gifting ceremony, where she gave her dog the custom FIDLIS necklace. Zona seemed thrilled with her new accessory and clearly met all of the standards to wear such a fine piece. Shaded perfection. Meri Brown's followers loved her shade. They also could not believe Kody Brown would say she was not loyal and then fail to roll the clip of him gifting her the necklace. So many fans remembered that exact moment and had a lot to say in the comments. Ever since he said, "Meri has never been loyal. That necklace has been on my mind. Meri, I love all your shade. That man-child did not deserve the OG Wives. Y'all were saints. This has got to be the best shade thrown. She won't stab anyone in their kidneys. A dog's love is loyal, and fans are happy Meri finally left when she did. They have noticed how much she has changed and appreciate it so much. Her content is fun and silly, which is what they want to see. Hopefully, Zona will treasure the necklace forever." The sun hung low in the sky, casting a warm golden glow over Flagstaff, Arizona, as Meri Brown stood in the doorway of her modest home, clutching a small, delicate box in her hands. The house felt quieter than usual, and even though the faint sounds of the world outside continued, birds chirping, leaves rustling in the breeze, Meri was acutely aware of the silence that had seeped into her life over the years. It wasn't just the physical distance from Kody that created this silence, though that was part of it. No, this was the kind of quiet that settled deep into one's bones, the kind that came after years of emotional withdrawal, hurt, and unspoken words. As much as she tried to fill it with new ventures, friends, and her beloved bed and breakfast, the weight of that silence lingered. In her hands was a necklace, a once cherished symbol of love, a gesture from a time when things had been simpler, or so she thought. The necklace was infamous now, not because of its beauty or rarity, but because of the story behind it. It had been a gift from Kody, one of the few tokens of affection that had come her way in those early years when their relationship was still brimming with promise. But now, years later, the necklace had become something else entirely. A reminder of what had been lost, of promises broken, of a love that had slowly unraveled before her eyes. Every time she looked at it, memories surged to the surface, some sweet, many bitter. Meri sighed as she opened the small box, revealing the glinting piece of jewelry nestled inside. She had long since stopped wearing it. In fact, she hadn't even looked at it in years, not since the infamous catfishing incident that had driven an even bigger wedge between her and Kody. It wasn't just about the online betrayal, though. It was about everything that led up to it, the emotional abandonment, the loneliness, the desire for connection that had been denied by the man she thought would always be there for her. Her eyes traveled down to her feet, where a pair of eager eyes looked up at her. Mosby, her loyal dog, wagged his tail, sensing that his owner was deep in thought. Meri knelt down, her fingers instinctively reaching out to scratch behind Mosby's ears. "You always know when something's up, don't you, boy?" she murmured, a small smile playing on her lips. Mosby barked softly in response, his tail wagging even faster. Mary's gaze shifted back to the necklace, and suddenly, a thought occurred to her. It was ridiculous, really, but the more she thought about it, the more it made sense. The necklace, once a symbol of love, no longer held any meaning for her in that way. It wasn't a treasure, it was a relic of a relationship that had withered over time, and she didn't need it anymore. She had moved on, at least in her heart, even if the legal and spiritual ties still held. But the necklace could still mean something to someone, or some dog. Grinning at the absurdity of the idea, Meri removed the necklace from the box. Mosby cocked his head to the side, watching her intently as she unhooked the clasp and held it up. "How about this, boy? You want to wear it. Might look better on you than it ever did on me." Mosby barked again, his tail thumping against the hardwood floor. With a gentle hand, Meri slipped the necklace around Mosby's neck, fastening the clasp with a soft click. The necklace dangled awkwardly against his fur, but somehow it didn't seem out of place. Mosby looked up at her, tongue lolling out in a happy, doggy grin, and Meri couldn't help but laugh. "There you go, buddy. Looks like you're the new owner of Kody's infamous gift." As Mosby pranced around the room, seemingly proud of his new accessory, Meri felt a strange sense of relief wash over her. It was as if, in gifting the necklace to her dog, she had finally let go of something that had been weighing her down for years. The necklace wasn't just a piece of jewelry, it was a symbol of everything she had held onto: the hurt, the disappointment, the endless cycle of hope and heartache. And now, Mosby wore it like it was the most natural thing in the world. Meri sat back on the couch, watching her dog prance around the living room, the necklace gleaming in the fading sunlight. She felt lighter, freer, as if a chapter of her life had finally closed. Maybe it wasn't the grand gesture she had imagined. She hadn't burned the necklace or thrown it into the ocean as some dramatic final act of defiance. Instead, she had given it to the one creature in her life who had never let her down, never hurt her, never left her wondering where she stood. Mosby was loyal, Mosby was constant. And in that moment, watching him proudly wear the necklace, Meri realized that maybe that was enough. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the room, Meri smiled to herself. She had long since stopped waiting for Kody to fill the void in her life. She had found her own way forward, with or without him. And now, in the quiet of her home, with Mosby by her side, she felt more at peace than she had in years. The infamous necklace, once a symbol of her pain, was now a quirky adornment on her dog's collar. And that, Meri thought with a chuckle, was exactly how it should be.